There was this one thing that people playing The Witcher 2 complained about, is that we didn't have too much side quests. So I think in The Witcher 3 we will have a number of side quests that will satisfy anyone, really.
Many people complain that in The Witcher 2 combat was problem with too long sequences of the swings, and that's why combat wasn't so responsive it should be. And the second thing, people got problem with proper targeting the enemies. And now our gameplay team rewrite the combat, and it works this way that every swing is one animation. You can change for something another action every time you want to. That's why the combat will be full responsive. And the second thing is that we got a new targeting system, and it's very fluent and very swift, and you don't have problem to select enemy with who you want to fight. And of course we got new combat camera which helping you and showing you every enemies, and you know that someone is on your back and want to hit you. You can react in the proper time for it.
There was one more big complaint about The Witcher 2. We didn't have a real tutorial system in there, right? People complained that the basic systems were not explained properly and in the game, and that the difficulty at the beginning was too high. So in The Witcher 3 we are addressing this with in-game build tutorial, which will swiftly introduce players to the systems. At the same time, we do not like those, forced upon the player tutorials. So we embedded them in-game, so the player who don't like them won't even notice them, but they will learn the systems anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, this tutorial sequence is part of the story, so it will be interesting for the players who replay the game.
We make a designer decision in The Witcher 2 that we want to give you feeling that you are better and better, and on the end of the game you didn't get enough challenge, and it wasn't a good decision. We admit that, and we change it in The Witcher 3.
Also, one thing to clarify about the balance: we are not adding the scaling of enemies.
Yeah.
Just to clear this out.
Yeah, it will be more like in the Gothic, if you remember. It was, in my opinion, done very good. That you got areas and monsters which are very powerful, and you need to develop your character to defeat them. When you are progressing in the story, you will meet stronger monsters and stronger enemies.
We wanted to make the story the story of the game more personal. Because in The Witcher 2 we have dabbled a lot in the big politics, in the plots and intrigues and stuff like that, and some of the players didn't, they liked that, but it was too much for them, Of course we will keep those elements, but they will not be the main arc of the story, right? This time the story will be more personal. It will involve what Geralt wants. It will revolve around Geralt and his close ones. The other thing is, we wanted to give the player more freedom because of the open world.
The main goal, as I said before, is to combine two types of game and make new type of game. Story-driven open world RPG game. This is the main and the biggest goal on Witcher 3. The other goals is to make every gameplay system in the game to boost your feeling that you are the Witcher, to show people what it does mean to be a Witcher.
We have 3 completely different epilogues, so it's not like the epilogue from The Witcher 2, which was different versions of one quest. It's actually 3 completely different stories that you end up with that sum up your choices. We took into consideration the fact that Act 3 in The Witcher 2 was too short for most people, So the main storyline is now, I think it is satisfactory in the duration, you know?
This is the last part of the trilogy, and our biggest goal in the storyline is to finish it with the big
Surprise?
yeah, with a big surprise, big
Twist?
yeah, exactly, with a huge twist in the game. Yeah.
It will sum up the storyline of Geralt of Rivia, and it will be the crowning piece of the Witcher trilogy. So that's another reason why the storyline is more personal. The topic of Geralt's amnesia was touched in The Witcher 2 as well, but we didn't explain it in whole, you know? Right now we aim to, explain those plot lines which were not closed in the previous games.
No, this is not our decision, but for sure we will finish the trilogy and we will see what future will show us, will bring us. Yeah, but for sure, for me this is third game.
He's an
I'm
old,
making
tired
about,
man.
Yeah, Geralt is old tired man, and I also starting to be old tired man. Yeah, it will be cool to do something else, but this is not my decision. It's the decision of the board, and I hope that we can do something new.
We love our fans.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We read forums a lot, so if you want something really, really bad to appear in The Witcher 3, don't hesitate to tell us about it on the forums. We really appreciate all the feedback you're giving us.
Yeah, your opinions. And we can promise that we work very, very hard to make this game as great as we can.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's very important for us because this is something. This is conclusion of the trilogy, and this is very, very important for us. This is part of our lives.